So hi everyone, welcome back to another walkthrough video today of the Downtown Grand, which I'm sure you are all fully aware over recent years has been my go-to downtown property. Plaza's probably vying for my affections a little right now, but the Grand will always be there for sure. It's a bit like Bellagio on the Strip with Cosmo vying for my affections actually. And when I first started coming to Vegas in the late 90s, it was Lady Luck, as you've already seen in the history section before I started talking. And I used to come in here very much, strangely enough, to play table games back then, because it had really cheap limits on roulette. One of the reasons for that is it was the place, Lady Luck was the place where all of the dealers were trained. So they used to train at Lady Luck before basically being sent onto the Strip. So for that reason it was yeah, you had inexperienced dealers and what have you, but it was a real fun place to come. Now that closed in 2006. I always remember when Suzanne and I first went to Vegas together in 2010, it was closed then, and then opened as the Downtown Grand in 2013. So from when I started vlogging in 14, it was a brand new property, and I started really, as you know, staying here from, you know, a year or two after that, almost exclusively. But they've really, this whole section here, the 3rd Street, they own all of this as well. So obviously you've got Pizza Rock there, which everyone knows is fantastic pizza. You can argue whether it's better or worse than Evil Pie, which I happen to absolutely love. And you've got the Triple George Grill. Now if you have a room at the Grand, they give you something like 20% off to eat there automatically. They give you a voucher. It's very nice in there. And then you have Hogs and Heifers, this bar, this bikers bar, which, I mean, it doesn't do the hotel any favours on the basis of the noise. And certainly if you're staying in either of these two towers, the casino tower there or the tower there, you know, you're going to hear this until sort of 2 o'clock in the morning, certainly at weekends, and they do give you earplugs. Now, they've had a row with Downtown Grand management here, and I understand they're likely to get evicted, although I think they're appealing, but I'm not sure how all that works, so it may or may not last that much longer. I've never had a problem getting a good night's sleep at Downtown Grand, not in all the times I've been coming. You know, I don't go to bed particularly early, and by which time everything's pretty much shut down anyway. But if you're a light sleeper, I would recommend, you know, you need to stay in this tower over the bridge to the left hand side there, and you won't hear anything. Alternatively, stay in the casino tower on the right hand side, so it's away from this sort of area with the bars and everything in. So we're going to start this walk going into the main lobby area. We'll go up to the pool and then finally go down to the casino at the end. So this is the casino, but we'll come back to this in a second. I mean, this is sort of a boutique hotel. So not massive. I do like the lights in this reception area here. And there's the reception there. And they have what's called the art bar, and I'll show you why it's called that. This is where you get coffees and things like that. Glass of wine, spirits. So it's called the art bar because you have art on the ceiling. Pretty cool. Now I've stayed in both towers here. The casino tower this time. I was in the Grand Tower last time. They have, you might have seen on my regular vlog, they have stand-up comedy on Wednesday through Sunday at 7 and 9 p.m. and it's always in there. Paulie Shaw, who I saw, was absolutely excellent, it has to be said. So the pool is, despite the fact we're in late November here, the pool is still open. It's always been a fairly warm pool anyway, whenever I've been in it. And I imagine today it's going to be fairly quiet. So we'll take a look at that. Now, if you did want to carry on with your fitness routine, which I used to do before I ended up vlogging everything, then there's a decent fitness room in there. I always quite like these pictures actually. Old school sort of Vegas slot machines, etc. Now if you type into my channel Grand Tower, Downtown Grand, you'll get all the rooms I've stayed in that particular tower. Now on the bridge here, you obviously get to that tower over this bridge, and the bridge here you can see the Mob Museum, and I do think that's worth a visit. You don't need to spend like a day there or anything, or half a day, sort of 2 or 3 hours is enough. There's a decent speakeasy in there as well. Nice little shot here of the route up to Fremont. The pool complex here is called Citrus. Before that it was called Picnic. So here we go. Actually, it's a nice day today for the end of November. It's lovely. So there may be people in the pool. It's warm enough. But what you find in this pool is you've got plenty of space. And there really isn't that many people about. It's a really relaxing vibe. Plenty of loungers, and this was like this in August. It's not just because it's November. Suzanne thoroughly enjoyed laying by the pool here in our August holiday. Now, the only thing you need to be aware of is that weekends, sort of Saturday, Friday, well actually I don't think it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday for sure, they have a pool party, as most of them do. Now, we were here during the week in August, so we didn't really have to put up with it, but I remember the day we checked out, which was the Saturday, I did pop my head round just to see what it was like, and it was pretty loud. So you may want to sort of consider that if you're planning on staying here at a weekend. But during the week, literally, you get no issues whatsoever. And I'd also recommend here the bar at the end for sort of light bites. And what tended to happen again with Suzanne and I when we were here, we used to meet, if I was gambling downstairs or something, we used to meet up here at a set time, and they serve Angry Orchards, so we used to have 2 or 3 Angry Orchards each sitting on those tables over there, and it was pretty damn cool. So you got everything really you could want here. You know, you got a bar that does food, you got a great swimming pool. There's nothing really that is not to like, aside from a pool party on a weekend. So here you can see, if we just lean over, you can see this area. It's a pretty cool area now. I will be very interested to see what happens to Hogs and Heifers Saloon. Okay, I'm going to go back in now, and we will go down to the casino, and I'm going to show you around there. I'll meet you down there. So here we are walking into the casino from the reception area. So you have a small sports book here. NFL Sunday today, so a few people watching. A few decent slots down this side, including this very cool Wheel of Fortune. I do like that, but it's a bit chunky for me. Dollar machine at either $7 or $10 a bet to get the gold spin. I occasionally do it if I'm feeling daring, but not very often. And these are the Tarzan machines, where that one on the left there is the one that's hit the 2 grand jackpots inside 6 months. And here are the famous Lightning Link games that I always play. Particularly the one on the left there at the end. Now you will find the cocktail waitresses here incredibly friendly. There's a young lady by the name of Myla. So if you come in, she's an Asian lady, and you see her, tell her Matt sent you, and you'll be looked after for your entire evening. She's a lovely young lady, really is. Now, there's another bank of Lightning Links here with the 18 grand jackpot. That's got to be hit very shortly. And here is the Golden Century, where I got the maxed out major of 1,000 in August with Suzanne. So it's yeah, steeped in decent wins in here. It really is. It's not the biggest slots casino, it really isn't. It pretty much just goes all the way around here, and then you have the bar in the centre there. And this is why you get such good drink service, because, you know, literally you just have all the servers to the right there, and then they just have to do one loop of the casino to serve you. I mean, it is incredible, really. There's not that many properties that are that compact, and that's why you get the service you do. And it's called the Furnace Bar here. There's more slots this side, and the table games are over there. They do have a high limit room, which is over this way. There's hardly anybody in it most of the time. Now the games I play in here are these two. Sorry, this one top. They've only got one top dollar machine. It's not double top dollar, but I sometimes play this one at $3 a spin. They got a $5 top dollar, which I've actually never played. And I've played this Wheel of Fortune a few times at $5, obviously being $10 a spin. Now they are they are developing a wing at the back, look. That's what it's going to look like. And it opens mid-2020. And will consist of 495 new rooms. So I'm going to take you now outside to have a look at how far they've come with this expansion. So you really can see from the improvements to the rear of the property. I mean, this additional wing it's not a half-assed attempt at adding something. It's a full-on project, and it will take the number of rooms at the Grand from just over 600 to just over 1100, so it's pretty substantial. Due to open mid-2020. So that concludes my walk through the Grand. It's not a massive property, you can get around it pretty quickly. I have nothing not to recommend here. I just think it's an awesome little place. One of the hidden gems of the Fremont area. So if you haven't tried it, give it a go. Speak to you soon, guys.